Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today we are joined by a special guest as we're in pre-season and we're going to be ranking some things for you. Ralph, welcome to the channel.
Hi, here it's Ralph Hammett. I'm a Brighton fan, a Brighton matchday vlogger. I've got over 2,000 subscribers. I'm sure Liam would like you guys to go and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, today we're going to be ranking the fan bases of the 92. So there's a lot of different things going on today. I mean, as you can see, there's quite a few different categories. And I'd say between us, we've experienced a lot of the teams as well. So I think we've both got a good understanding of it. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Well, I mean, we've got right at the top, electric, then very loud, decent, on their day, quiet, football in the library, of course, and ones that we haven't experienced yet, so we're not going to judge on them ones. So, kicking us off, we have Accrington Stanley. Ralph, where are we putting this one?
I mean, I can't personally say I've experienced some, but if I was to make a judgment, I think they've got a good football in the library.
I mean, yeah, we'll just leave that at that. AFC Wimbledon, to be fair, their fans have been through a lot.
I was a bit disappointed by their fans. I always thought they were going to be quite good, and it seems to be quite quiet. Like the mascot was banging like a wheelie bin around and stuff like that. It just seemed quite poor. So to be honest, I'll probably say on their day would be fair enough.
Yeah, I think on their day is right, because I saw them at Colchester and they did sell out nearly there, so got fairly decent. Yeah, but on their day. On to Bournemouth. I'm going to let you roll on this.
Their fans at Brighton, they have always been quite decent. I think they're better than what people expect. I would probably say between decent and on their day. I think
I'm in decent, and we could always move it around.
We could always move them around at the at the end.
On to Arsenal. I mean, again, I'll let you take control on these Premier League clubs.
At the Emirates, I went last season, and yeah, like apart from the Ashburton Army, they were generally so silent. At the same time, I respect them. They do have they can generate atmosphere.
To be fair, I think Arsenal do sell out quite a lot, don't they? So
they do, yeah. But then also it's a lot of tourists as well, and
yeah, that is true.
It's not the best way. I'd probably say decent. I mean, but for their level, for their size of a club, they should really be an electric.
See, now we're kicking it up a notch here. Villa. I don't think we need a lot to talk about these. I feel like Villa have got to go in the top two.
That whole tent, what is it? It's something crazy. It's like 20,000 people in that one stand. It's crazy. I think we've got to give it electric.
I mean, Barnet, I can't say either of us have experienced this one, so not experienced. Moving on.
Not experienced, yeah.
Barnsley. I've seen these. They were away at Peterborough, and I'll be honest, they were just not great. They won the game 3-1, but they were pretty on and off. So I feel like they're deserving of on their day. On their day, we'll whack them in there. Barrow.
Just from looking at their ground and stuff, I mean, they're out in the middle of nowhere. They're the closest place they can get to is Manchester. That's the closest big city, and that's 2 or 3 hours away on the train.
Yeah.
They're generally just miles away.
I think our decision's made.
I think it's football in the library, yeah.
Well, I mean, Birmingham, though, on another level here, I feel like these got to go in one of the top ones. I saw them at their place, and I mean, their place, I saw them last day of the season. They did get relegated, but their limbs were absolutely mental. Yeah. For me, it's got to go very loud, just from what I saw on that final day.
I do
Blackburn, quiet. Blackpool, in the away end at Blackpool, and they're all right. And I know their home atmosphere isn't dreadful, but I think it's an on their day because they also can be very quiet. Bolton, on the other hand, are a very big club in League One. I think they're looking more decent, aren't they?
Bolton were just really quiet. They almost seem like they only do come out for on their day, and it kind of seems yes, they did I don't know how many they took to Wembley a few years ago for that final against Plymouth Argyle, but they took a lot, and that's a decent side. But loads of people have been on about their not so good side. Obviously, they've got loads of empty seats in their ground most of the time. I think it's hard to put them in decent. I'd probably say on their day. Because
I think they sell out a lot of games, and if you go League One and you're selling out a lot, you've got to have fairly decent fans.
Yeah.
I think, do we put them to the back end of decent for now?
They're kind of on that verge, aren't they?
Bradford, they have some they've
got decent fans.
I think they're indecent.
Definitely. Brentford, I don't think it needs explaining.
Quiet. I'd say in the library.
I'd say quiet. but they couldn't even sell out Brighton. There were like empty seats in the away end.
So I think fair for them.
Well,
now we're on to the absolute tin pot. Brighton, Brooklyn Alive.
Get it up. So I think our home atmosphere is generally very bad. I think our singing stand, we've got like clashing chanting groups. It's just a mess. However, looking at our away fans, like we sell out all our away games. We take loads. I mean, I struggle to get tickets, and I've actually got quite a lot of priority points. And I think we definitely deserve decent. I think to put Bournemouth up there, we've got to be on that same level.
I would agree with decent. We've got the
Bristol
two Bristol
City
clubs here. You see, I've been to both of these grounds, and I've seen them both at Norwich. Bristol Rovers, I think, have the better fans out of the two. Bristol City do have decent home fans in that little ultra group, but
yeah,
I just think Bristol City, for me, are on their day, and Bristol Rovers, I think, are better than Bristol City, but I think they're both on par, really. Bromley, I've never experienced.
I've not experienced them either.
We know where they're going.
Burnley.
I think I've seen Burnley a lot of times at Carrow Road, because I'm obviously a Norwich fan, and I always expect a lot better from them.
However, their home fans, they weren't awful, but they weren't also brilliant. I would say probably on that day.
Burton, football in the library. Cambridge,
you've experienced
a few times. I think it's very hit and miss, because I've seen them a lot on derby days, and they've been electric, like really loud. But I've also seen them, and they've been quite quiet. And I always find they have quite a toxic atmosphere when they're losing, but that might be because they lose a lot.
From what you've said, on that day, that sounds right, really. Cardiff
are actually, I think, pretty underrated fans. I think they take quite a lot, but at home, their atmosphere is shocking. I think for Cardiff, you got to go on their day. Charlton, personally, decent for me.
They are good.
They sell. I mean, they just look at Wembley. They sold loads of tickets. They sell out basically most away games. Yes, they don't sell out at home, but the size of their home ground compared to the rest of the league is like mental.
Yeah,
they got going decent. Chelsea.
I mean, it could be very loud. To be fair, from what I've seen at the Amex, they have had good support. So
fair enough. We'll whack them in very loud. Cheltenham, not experienced. Chesterfield, they're quite underrated, to be honest.
I haven't experienced them. I can't say anything.
Very underrated fans they have. They'll be on their day. Colchester are on their day. I've been to Colchester so many times, and their atmosphere is so underrated, and they're so overlooked, but they're not in the top 3 categories. Coventry on the other hand.
The limbs that Coventry had right at the end of that game was unreal.
I'm just saying, I think they've got to be in very loud.
Put them in very loud.
Crawley Town.
Crawley. My local EFL team.
I'm saying in quiet.
That's fair enough.
Crystal Palace.
Their home fans are good. They create a good atmosphere. It's down to the home style fanatics. But if you look at their away fans in like Aston Villa or Leicester, they did not sell out like any tickets. Like they took like half allocation to Villa. They had like the whole top tier listing. They can't put them in very loud when they don't take any numbers away.
Crew Alexandra.
Crew.
Quiet. Derby County. Okay, now we're
underrated.
I think Derby is very loud. Got to go in there. Doncaster, can't say I've experienced. Have you?
No, I haven't. Everton, I'd say electric. Like when they're having like the pyros outside Goodison Park, and they bring numbers a lot. I don't think we could put Villa up in electric and not have Everton. I feel like they're both on the same level.
These are another underrated ones.
Underrated. Really, like almost the whole game.
We'll give them
decent.
That. Gillingham, they were quiet. Yeah. They were very quiet. Southampton,
you know what? You can't put them on their day. I don't think they're very loud. I think decent's a perfect category for them.
Fleetwood.
Football and Library now. It's 7 or 8 fans at Wickham. 7 or 8
Fleetwood Town. Fulham.
And their same as Brentford. I'd say quiet's probably fair enough.
Grimsby, on the other hand,
underrated
fans, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think they're deserving of a decent category. Grimsby,
definitely.
Harrogate, Football in the Library, a team that gets lower attendances than a lot of non-league clubs. We can't put that. Huddersfield, I think they are fairly quiet. Hull City as well. I think are an on their day sort of team. Oh no.
Ipswich.
God. I'm trying to keep this as neutral as possible. I would probably have to say Ipswich are in decent or very loud, I think.
It was a bit disappointing. It kind of didn't really feel like they were chanting that much. I mean,
I think a
they've
decent
got blue
is
accent.
deserving of them, really, because, I mean, when they came away to Norwich, they were silent. I know it, and you're thinking a derby, you'd be a bit louder than that.
Yeah.
But then
I can't...
they have also been, like, unreal at times.
Yeah.
So I feel like decent is deserving of.
I think decent's fair enough, yeah. Leeds.
There's no other way Leeds than Electric.
Yeah,
I've seen them lots of times, sell out every game, limbs every game. There's just Electric.
They're a proper football club, proper grounds, everything that you want. Leicester, and they had like 5,000 or 6,000 fans, all with pyros and stuff. I think that's like a very on their day.
They and Orient never experienced. Lincoln, on the other hand, are very underrated fans. Trust me, Lincoln. We're going in decent. Liverpool now.
I think they deserve Electric. In that second half, though, you know when you hear like the squeals when you're watching like World Cup games or the Euros games, I could feel it on my shoulder. So I was like at the back, I could feel it all around me. That is the best atmosphere I have ever like felt. And it goes to Liverpool, and I think putting it in Electric, it has to be. Their home atmosphere was unreal that day.
So we've got Sunderland next, and I feel like they've got to go in Electric too.
Yeah.
They sell out like every game. Their limbs at Wembley, I mean, I've never really seen anything like that. That was mental.
Yeah.
I think the northeast itself, their fans are just mental, and that's why. You know what? Let's put Newcastle in there at the same time.
Straight away, yeah.
Because they're both in Electric. Like, there's no other words about it.
All the time, really.
I'm thinking quiet.
Yeah. When they came to Brighton, I think they were quite quiet. So yeah, nothing more to say. Underrated.
A lot of controversy, Man City.
I think they deserve decent, but their away fans have always been good. They've always brought loads of numbers. They've always created noise throughout the game.
What about Man United, though?
I think very loud is probably fair enough.
Mansfield are actually very underrated.
On their day, maybe. I think
on their day is fair.
Middlesbrough.
Oh, you see, this is one where I think Middlesbrough are actually very overhyped, in my opinion. Been like outstanding, but they've not been shocking.
And I remember the Middlesbrough fans, like they're all right, but I just don't think they were like brilliant. I think on their day is fair enough, to be honest.
Millwall, I think, are in
decent,
or maybe very loud. I mean, I've went to the depth. It was literally when they do their mill, you can't hear anything else.
I can't see them above decent.
Okay, MK no other words said.
Newport, not experienced, but yeah.
Northampton, no other words.
Quiet. Your team, Norwich.
I'm saying decent.
I think that's fair enough.
I think Norwich fans, like away, we sell out a lot of games. At home, we do create an atmosphere, and just look at the attendances, and we have one of the best attendance records in the Championship. Forest. In these in the FA Cup and away. So
yeah, I think they're good, but I don't think they could be Electric. I think they're very loud. I don't think they're on that level of Electric because
we'll put them.
Yeah, I mean it is. I think very loud.
They're actually very decent fans as well.
They're decent. Yeah,
I think they deserve decent. Oldham, I think. I'm just saying, Oldham could be pushing very loud. I can't put them in. I don't know. Thinking decent or very loud, but we'll whack them in decent.
I reckon decent. I think when you look at these categories, you can't think Oldham are better than Norwich, Ipswich, Brighton, Palace, Man City. I think you have to kind of I think putting them in decent fair enough. I think if anything, I'd put them in on their day. But like from the vlog that I saw that final. It looked unreal. Oxford, on the other hand, I'm saying that on their day, it's a terrible ground. It's only got 3 stands. And for them to generate an atmosphere in that, I think we have to give credit to them.
Peterborough, I don't mind Peterborough, but I'm thinking they're a bit of a quiet. When I've been to them, like the atmosphere is so hit and miss.
Saw them play against Wickham, and I did think they're quite good. And I think comparing them to be the same level as Cambridge, I think would be fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We'll put them in on their day.
So I think on their day, yeah. Plymouth Argyle, I think they are overrated. When I've been to their ground, like, they just whack. There's a few people whacking their drum and like chanting, and it doesn't seem as good as what people say. However, looking at their away fans and the distance that they have to cover every single away game, you've got to respect it.
They sell out like
they sell
every away game, basically.
I think Very Loud would be fair enough.
I think Very Loud is fair for them. Portsmouth as well have got to be. I think they could even be pushing Electric.
I don't think I've been to Fratton Park. I've also experienced Portsmouth fans away. Like, I've seen them at Plymouth Argyle. I don't think if you actually look at the teams on Electric, I don't think they're on that level. Like,
I think they're definitely deserving of being up there.
Port Vale. I can't say I've experienced them.
Not experienced. We'll go not experienced. Preston, on the other hand, quiet.
They're quiet.
QPR.
Yeah.
I think they've got decent fans, QPR.
They have got decent. I reckon we'll put them in decent, but they'll be definitely the lowest team down there.
Reading. I've not experienced.
I haven't experienced them.
Rotherham. Football in the Library. No other words.
Salford. Football in the Library.
Football in the Library. Sheffield United. Very decent, I think.
I think they're decent all over them. I'd say they're similar level to like Brighton, Southampton. They kind of
Sheffield Wednesday, on the other hand, I think are very loud. Shrewsbury.
I don't think it needs that much explaining. Football in the Library.
Football in the Library.
Stevenage.
Quiet. Stockport, very underrated.
They are good. They're decent.
Yeah, I think they are decent. Stoke City, I think they're on their day. And I feel like Swansea are the same as well. They're a bit like Plymouth with the distance they travel.
Swindon, I've experienced them at Crawley. They were just quiet. I mean,
quiet.
Yeah, don't
Tottenham.
Spurs. I mean, putting them in Very Loud, I think, would be fair enough, to be honest. If you look at Chelsea's and Man United, I think any between those two...
We'll go Very Loud for Spurs. Tranmere. Tranmere we haven't experienced, so we'll put them there. Not experienced, because Walsall, on the other hand, I think are probably in quiet.
Watford. Right, we had the same issue, so I wanted to get my ticket printed. I went to Watford versus Leicester, and the Watford stewards were just being a right pain, saying, "Can you need a permission form? You need all this," and I'm like, because I'm under 18 and stuff, and it's like, you need a permission form. You're not allowed to go into the ground unless you get this permission form. And it's just right pain. I remember I even told you, Liam, like before you went to Watford away,
and I had, like,
look out for the stewards, and the same thing happened. You know what? I don't care about the fan base because of their stewards. Put them in quiet.
They're definitely in quiet. I can't say their fans were very good either. When I actually said West Brom are very underrated. I think. Yeah. I think they're decent.
I think decent's fair enough, and I think the fans.
See, West Ham are ones that I think in their old ground were really, really loud, but in the new one are not so much.
Yeah.
But what are their away like?
Their away fans are decent.
I think we'll leave them in decent because they have been very good fans, and even when they go to the London Stadium, they were loud for what their ground is, because it's quite hard to make an atmosphere.
It is very Wigan, on the other hand, I think they've got to be quiet. Yeah.
Wolves, I think, actually
very good.
Very good. Yeah, I don't think they're deserving of very loud though.
No, I think decent's fair enough.
Fans. Wrexham, they're very good as well.
I reckon decent.
But I just don't think they're on the very good level.
No, I don't think they're on that very loud.
Their fans from a few seasons ago to now, a lot of came through the Hollywood stuff. So
I think, actually, to be fair, but giving them decent is very good, because if we filmed this a few years ago, they would be right down at the bottom. So it's a big improvement for them to be compared to Brighton, Palace, Southampton, Ipswich.
They've massively improved Wrexham, and you've got to give them that, don't you? Wickham, you've spoke a lot about how you've been there, but what were the fans like?
I reckon they're on their day.
At Portsmouth and Birmingham.
I would actually say the only team I can see in that very loud category who I would move up would be Man United. That's the only one, I think. I think all the other ones are in very loud.
Are we doing a switch for Man United?
I reckon we put them up there.
Of Villa, Everton, Leeds, Liverpool, Sunderland, Newcastle and Man United.
So looking at that tier below,
the only one I'm saying that I think I could see move up here is Millwall.
I agree with it. I reckon actually we've got those top 3 tiers right now spot on.
I think they're spot on.
I think we've got those spot on.
We've got Birmingham, Chelsea, Coventry, Derby, Forest, Plymouth, Portsmouth, Sheffield Wednesday, Spurs and Millwall in very loud. In decent, we've got Bournemouth, Arsenal, Bolton, Bradford, Brighton, Charlton, Crystal Palace, Exeter, Southampton, Grimsby, Ipswich, Lincoln, Manchester City, Norwich, Notts County, Oldham, QPR, Sheffield United, Stockport, West Brom, West Ham, Wolves and Wrexham.
I think putting Cambridge in quiet wouldn't be the worst case. And like you said, because they lose a lot, I think that looks better though, putting Cambridge there.
We've done it. Sorry, Cambridge fans.
We've done it, yes.
On their day...
Don't unsubscribe or anything.
On their day, we've got AFC Wimbledon, Barnsley, Blackpool, Bristol Rovers, Bristol City, Burnley, Cardiff, Chesterfield, Colchester, Hull, Leicester, Mansfield, Middlesbrough, Oxford, Peterborough United, Stoke City, Swansea and Wickham. Burton could quiet. I think
they could go to quiet.
They're in quiet.
Fleetwood, they need to stay down.
So in quiet, we've got Blackburn, Brentford, Burton, Crawley, Crewe, Cambridge, Gillingham, Fulham, Huddersfield, Luton, Northampton, Preston, Stevenage, Swindon, Walsall, Watford and Wigan. And then in the library, we've got Accrington, Barrow, Fleetwood, Harrogate, MK Dons, Newport, Rotherham, Salford and Shrewsbury. And then in these are not experience where we can't judge. So that is our complete ranking. I mean, if we pulled a stinker, let us know. Let us know as well if you think we've done your fans hard done by and you should be higher up. But that is what we've gone for. There is our tier.
One quick question for you, Liam. Out of this list, if you could pick one team which would go in the category above as the best fans, which team are you picking?
Leeds or Newcastle for me.
I think you're not wrong by those two.
Honestly, I feel like Leeds could be it.
I'm going to say Newcastle, I reckon. And you're saying Leeds. Okay, there we go.
You've gone Newcastle, I've gone Leeds. That's our ranking.
That's very good, to be fair. I'm very happy about that.
As we said, if you've got any complaints, let us know. Or if you think we've actually been pretty fair overall. Obviously, there might have been a bit of Brighton and Norwich bias, but we side. Anyway, though, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribe to Ralph because,
Come on.
Of course,
Thank you.
Give the sub, and we'll see you in the next one. Bosh!
Bosh!